Yeah, you and me, buddy. You're authorized, right? Heck yeah, I'm authorized. Whoa! Too much bass drop! Too much dubstep! Hey YouTube, it's GamerHeart13 and welcome to a basics redstone tutorial. So I got this idea when I was making my most recent Minecraft video and I realized I really don't have that much redstone for my building. So I guess we'll start with the very basics in case you guys don't know anything about redstone to get you all started. So first of all, this is redstone. It looks like red gunpowder and you get it from mining redstone ore, which is this red ore here, and you have to mine it with an iron pickaxe or greater, and it gives you, I believe, 4 redstone dust every time you mine it. So redstone dust can be placed on the ground just like this, and it can be used to make wiring for electronics. So let's start off with what you can do to actually power it. So it can be powered with multiple things. You can use a switch like this with a lever, and one way turns it on, one way turns it off. You can use buttons. There's 2 types of buttons, a stone button and a wooden button. The only difference is a wooden button can be turned on with arrows and it looks like wood. It's not really any difference there. So you can turn that on and it performs a short pulse on the redstone. It turns it on for a little bit and then it turns off. And then also we have the pressure plates here, which you can stand on and then they turn off when you step off of them. Now we have a wooden and stone pressure plates, just like the buttons, and the difference here is that a wooden pressure plate can turn on when you put items on it, and a stone one cannot. You have to stand on a stone one. Or monsters can stand on a stone one. So, some things about how redstone travels is redstone can go up or down blocks. So, let's just power it here. You can place it here, and it can go up these blocks just like that. Now, similarly, you can also make it so it goes down, just like that. Powers these downwards. So that's just some different stuff you can do there. Let's clean that up a bit. Okay, so now redstone current does not go on forever. It actually weakens over distance. So a way to show this is you can see we have 2 pistons set up there. The one on the left turns on, the one on the right does not. And that is because the one on the right is too far away. So if you look here, when we turn this on, the redstone glow sort of weakens as it goes on, and here it's so weak you can barely tell it's on, and there's just a little bit of particles coming out of it. This is at 15 blocks of distance for redstone wiring, and that is as far as it will travel before it stops powering stuff. Over here, as you can see, it's moved a little bit further. It's traveled 16, and we don't have any particles on this last one here because it is not getting powered, and that is why this piston doesn't power at all. So another thing is you can extend the current of redstone by adding a repeater, but we can get to that a bit later. So next up, I want to show just a sort of interesting thing about redstone is just to show you both of these pistons work when you turn them on and off. Now, we have this redstone wiring going through this trough here. If we put a block over it, it doesn't power on that side because we cut off the wiring there. Now you'd think if we put a half slab on here, it would do the same thing, but it is an exception to the rule. All half slabs do allow redstone wiring to go through. Now, second in business, we have the redstone torch. Now, the redstone torch is made similar to a normal torch, except you use redstone to put on top of the stick instead of coal. So, a redstone torch, what you do is you can place it, and it can power things. It can power pistons. It can power redstone wiring here, as you can see. And one interesting thing about redstone torches is when the block it is placed on is receiving power, they turn off. Just like that. So this block here that they're on is not receiving power, so both of these torches are on. When it is receiving power, both of them turn off. It doesn't matter if it's placed on the side of the block or on the top. No matter what, if that block's receiving power, the torches will not be on. So to show off how this works, we have some different stuff here. We have a wiring here with a lever, and this wire here goes right into this piston. This wire goes into a block with a redstone torch on it. So it'll invert the signal, basically. So when this is off, this piston will be up. When this redstone wiring is turned on, this piston will be down. So let's just show you. Do that. The wiring here turns this one on. Because this block here is receiving power, this torch turns off, not powering that piston. So now we move on to the third order of business, which is the redstone repeater. Now a redstone repeater as I said earlier, is used to continue the signal of redstone wiring. So as you can see here, we've powered this piston, and this is much more than 15 blocks of wiring. We have all the way here, it fades, it fades, it fades, it fades, it fades. It goes through this repeater here, and it revitalizes the signal and goes all the way to that piston. So that's all cool. And if we go over here, I can show you the other properties of a repeater. Now, one other thing is it's got these torches here on the top of it. If you right click it, you can change how far apart they are to 4 different settings. So if we got it here, powers it like normal. Now this is a delay. You can actually set it so that the redstone repeater does not allow the signal to go through until a certain amount of time has passed. So if we set it to 1, it's basically immediate. If we set it to 2, you can see there's a bit of a delay. 3, a bit more. 4, quite a while until the current gets through there to the other side. So if you look, pretty big difference. Look at that, it's basically immediate. And the final property of a redstone repeater is it works as a diode. Now, if you don't know what that means, it basically means it is a one-way gate. It can only go one way, it can't go backwards. So we have this redstone repeater set, so it has to go this way. You have to place it in the direction. You can sort of see an arrow there. So it goes that way. Now, if we were to set it the other way, and we wanted the wiring to power over to here and turn on that piston, it wouldn't work because it's facing the wrong way, and the diode is not allowing power to go through that way. So those are the properties of a redstone repeater. Now lastly, on our 4th order of business, we have the pistons. We have a normal piston and a sticky piston. Pistons can be used to push blocks, and in the sticky piston situation can pull them back. So just to show you what I mean, we set up some grass here. We've got a normal piston here and a sticky piston here on the right side. Now if I power them, they both push the grass blocks up. Now if I unpower them, the sticky piston pulls the grass block back down, and the normal piston leaves it in the air. So, putting this all together, we've made a little contraption here. We've made an electronic door. So we have a lever set up with some wiring. This wiring over here powers these 2 repeaters, which are set to a small delay, which go into these sticky pistons and change if these grass blocks are here or pulled away. Now on this side, I incorporated the redstone torches. I set up some power here to invert the signal, so now it's off. And because that signal is off, this redstone doesn't get powered, which leaves this one off and turns this redstone torch on. So when we flip this, it'll turn this torch on, turning this torch here off, and then that'll set up the signal here. Now we had to set these repeaters to a slightly different delay than the other side because the torches do change the time factor on the right side over the left side. So if we flip this switch, we get a door that opens and closes, just like that. So, that concludes our first tutorial of Redstone Basics. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and favorite. If you have a question, comment, or idea, please leave a comment in the comment section below. This has been GamerHeart13. Stay excellent, my friends.